Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap. And also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now, take a look at this. Will the new SEC administration decide not to pursue the appeal? In the days leading up to the deadline of January 15, the continuing litigation between Ripple and the SEC has been generating a lot of noise. There has been an increase in the amount of speculation surrounding the case, and many people are curious about how it will ultimately turn out. Well-known legal expert named Jeremy Hogan recently made a suggestion that the case would reach a settlement in the month of April or May, which could result in a beneficial outcome for those who hold XRP stakes. On the other hand, there are many who have questioned the necessity of a settlement in the event that the SEC is unsuccessful in its case. In order to provide light on the situation, Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, explained that the SEC did not lose the case altogether, but rather won in part and lost in part. Since it is within their legal rights to do so, both parties have exercised their right to appeal the aspects of the case that they found unreasonable. Fagel elaborated on the fact that the court ruled in favor of the SEC by agreeing that Ripple had illegally sold over $700 million worth of unregistered securities, particularly in institutional sales. As a result of the violation, the court imposed a penalty of $125 million on Ripple. In spite of this, Ripple and the SEC are both participating in the process of appealing the portions of the case that they were unsuccessful in winning. As a consequence of this, the punishment has been placed on hold until the outcome of the appeal procedure is determined. Fagel pointed out that the new administration of the Securities and Exchange Commission might make the decision not to pursue the appeal any further, which could potentially pave the way for a settlement that is in accordance with the earlier order of the court. As during the tenure of Paul Atkins as the next chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Paul Atkins, a former commissioner of the CC, has been chosen by President-elect Donald Trump. Atkins, who served as a commissioner for the Securities and Exchange Commission under President George W. Bush, will take over as the successor to Gary Gensler, who is scheduled to leave his position as chair of the SEC on January 2025. As a result of his understanding of the significance of regulation and oversight, particularly in the context of the securities market, specialists believe that Atkins is a reliable and experienced candidate to be selected. Concerns have been raised among members of the cryptocurrency community, particularly those who own XRP, over the increasing sophistication of scams that target users of digital assets of various kinds. A famous crypto lawyer and champion for XRP holders, John Denton, issued a strong warning through an X post asking individuals to improve their online security measures and remain watchful against emerging fraud tactics. Denton's message was published on X. Fear and a sense of urgency are used by con artists to bring attention to the growing threat posed by scams, which frequently take advantage of the feelings of users, such as anxiety and a sense of urgency, in order to trick people into committing mistakes. Denton spoke out. Through the use of a personal incident that occurred 2 years ago, Denton detailed how hostile actors had attempted to deceive him into divulging critical information by impersonating the cryptocurrency platform Uphold, compromising his home Wi-Fi network, and performing other similar activities. See, it was brought to his attention that con artists commonly employ strategies that incite panic, such as sending users urgent messages saying that their accounts had been closed. This pressure frequently causes victims to act in a hasty manner, such as clicking on links that lead to phishing websites or divulging confidential credentials. Scammers impersonated Uphold in order to manipulate me. Denton said, "They hijacked my personal Wi-Fi network and created fake interactions." His account demonstrates how sophisticated these schemes have gotten, highlighting the importance of people exercising the utmost caution when responding with unsolicited communications that are sent via the internet. Increasing the strength of security procedures, and emphasis was placed by Denton on the significance of putting in place stringent security measures in order to protect against these risks. Under no circumstances should users share their passwords, seed phrases, or private keys with one another. He recommended that users set up two-factor authentication for all of their accounts for maximum security. In addition, he asked the community to maintain a healthy level of skepticism over phone calls, pop-up windows, and emails that appear to be suspicious or require immediate action. Be suspicious of and all unsolicited emails, especially those that are causing panic and calling for immediate action. Denton cautioned, verification and vigilance are both absolutely necessary. Users were strongly exhorted by Detton to investigate the veracity of any communication that claimed to originate from authorities or official platforms. It is possible for individuals to considerably lessen the likelihood of falling prey to cons by exercising vigilance and questioning the legitimacy of encounters of this kind. As far as he was concerned, the individuals who had attacked him had gone to considerable lengths in order to win his trust. Not only did they send emails pretending to be from Uphold's customer service, but they also created a phony account, locked notice on his computer screen, and then followed up with a phone call under the assumption that he did not harbor any skepticism. The result might have been catastrophic. The warning that Detton issued is in line with broader worries that are held within the Bitcoin community regarding the common occurrence of scams. In a post that was published on X not too long ago, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse addressed the problem and condemned the acts of scammers as being both terrible and detrimental to the industry. The crucial role of education and awareness, holders of XRP and members of the cryptocurrency community as a whole are reminded by the incident to keep themselves informed about potential dangers. In order to navigate the digital asset sector in a secure manner, it is vital to take preventative measures to safeguard one's assets and to remain in the know on the most recent fraud technique. Through the telling of his tale, Detton hopes to provide consumers with the ability to identify and steer clear of fraudulent scams, so guaranteeing that their finances and personal information are kept risk. Brad Garlinghouse highlights the significance of the United States market. Ripple's chief executive officer, Brad Garlinghouse, emphasized the significant shift in mood towards the digital asset area in the United States on Sunday, January 5. He stated that the year 2025 has arrived and that the Trump bull market is a reality. After the Gensler SEC effectively restricted our business opportunities here at home for years, this is a significantly more personal matter for Ripple for a number of reasons. This optimism is not only observable, but also well-deserved. Even though they have not yet taken office, members of Team Trump, such as Scott Bessent, David Sachs, Paul Atkins, and others, are already kicking off the process of fostering innovation and an increase in employment opportunities in the United States. You may say anything you want, but the Trump effect is already making cryptocurrency great again through his campaign and the goals of the administration at the beginning of the day. The growth of Ripple in the United States reflects this hope. As of right present, 75% of Garlinghouse's vacant positions are located in the United States. During the final 6 weeks of 2024, Ripple signed a greater number of deals in the United States than it had in the preceding 6 months. Increasing anticipation that the Securities and Exchange Commission will withdraw its appeal against rulings in the Ripple case are likely the cause of Ripple's recent expansion in the United States. In his comments, attorney John Detton, who is an amicus curiae, as I've noted before, it is impossible to determine the extent of the damage that was inflicted to American businesses like Ripple by the absence of explicit regulatory guidance. I am unable to count the number of times that I have been told to just ignore the US market and don't offer anything to investors in the United States.